I've been posting like a crazy person. But in this video, I'm just going to do this look right here. It's actually a one brand look from Tarte. I did sneak in a couple extras that like I didn't have, but it's mostly all Tarte. Everything here is Tarte. It's very much like so close to an everyday look for me, so just with a little sprinkle of pizzazz. So that's what I'm going to show you in this video today, what I have on right now. In the meanwhile, it's just going to be a very chatty, get ready with me update. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a piece of what's on my mind. We're going to talk goals for the future, where 2020 took us, my experience with COVID a little bit. It's kind of all over the place, but it's just a very chatty get ready with me. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you aren't already, please subscribe, like the video if you had fun at any time, and let's get into the look. I've made like 5 posts this week. We're doing it. I'm going to try to stay on schedule till the end of February when I go back to work, and then my posts will shift to only on Sundays, but I'm really going to grind it out until then. So today I wanted to do a one brand makeup tutorial. I've always wanted to do a one brand makeup tutorial, but I didn't know if I had a brand that I could stretch across the entirety of what a look would be. But I do, and it's Tarte, my absolute favorite. Tarte always has good deals. This is not a collaboration with Tarte. I wish they would, because I've steered a lot of direction their way. On my TikTok, I always announce their sales, and it's only because I want you to get the deals. So for the face, I'm going to mix the Tarte Maracuja Tinted Moisturizer with the Tarte Foundcealer. This is honestly, I loved it at first, but it's really drying. That's why I'm going to mix. Also, it's been a minute since I did my skincare. I'm filming this like 5 p.m. Probably won't be up till tomorrow. And I did my skincare at like 10 this morning, and this kind of substitutes for a primer, so that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to put it onto my It Cosmetics brush, like just pile it on there, you know. We've been staying home. We haven't been going literally anywhere, which I'm okay with. I'm a homebody. Plus, we had a run-in with COVID, and it wasn't fun. So I really do not want to put myself in that situation again unless I absolutely have to. I ended up getting COVID through work. So for those of you who don't know, I travel for work, and I work in a situation where there's people from all over the country in one workplace, and it kind of spread like wildfire. My first symptom, I'd say, so the thing is, I kept confusing my symptoms. I was working a night shift, like overnight, so I would go in at 7 and work till 7 a.m. So my first symptom, I thought maybe it was just from exhaustion. I was getting like these serious pains in my legs. I just felt exhausted. I woke up in a sweat one day, but I just really accredited it to being awake all night long. Like that was it. That's as far as that thought went. Now I know that that was not the case. And things just kind of went downhill from there. Jordan's symptoms, I must say, were 110% totally different than anything that I was experiencing. And for me, it lasted, I don't know, I'd say I felt pretty crappy for like 8 days, but the exhaustion lasted for weeks, like a couple weeks. I got lucky just like in general. It was a very mild case. I did lose my smell. How I figured that out is I opened my cat's wet food, and you know, cat wet food is like stinky, and I could not smell it, not even in the least bit, and I was like, oh no, like we're really doing this now. But I never lost my taste, so I'm super thankful for that. I know people who did, and but basically my longest lasting symptoms were just being so tired. I'm talking like a level of exhaustion that was just uncomprehendable. I was worth nothing, and I had no appetite. I like, in a matter of like 3 days, I forced myself to choke down like a sleeve of crackers, but that is literally it. I just didn't want to eat anything at all. Maybe I did not have taste when I didn't have smell. I just wasn't eating and I didn't realize it. A thought. I'm going to use the Tarte Creaseless concealer because I feel like everybody uses the Shape Tape, but this is not talked about, and it is fantastic. So yeah, we didn't really have any leftover symptoms. We really just like lucked out. I know that's not the case for everyone. I'm super thankful, and I'm thinking of everyone who's gone through it in different ways. But like I said, our case was really mild, and it was there, and then it was gone. What other updates do I have? I started a blog. It's actually going really well. I've been using Pinterest to promote it, as well as like my TikTok following. I've talked about it on here. I think pretty much any content I have on here is also over there on the blog. I'm using the It Cosmetics double-ended brush. It actually sent this to me. Feels so weird to say that, but this is actually PR. I'm doing Pinterest, so the blog name is Casey is Fetch. I bought literally CaseyIsFetch.com, and my Pinterest is Casey is Fetch, and I pin all my TikToks, blogs, YouTube promotions all over on there. There's a whole new world of Pinterest that I just like never knew existed. And to those of you who have checked out my blog, crossing platforms is like a pretty hard thing to do. You get a following on one platform, but to like move it around to other platforms is like a whole new ball game. So for those of you who have supported me in my other endeavors, I thank you endlessly. It really does mean the absolute entire world to me. Like the entire world. Really, like, thank you. I've also been diving into the thought, not the actual happening, but the thought of starting a second TikTok account. My thing is, I go back to work at the end of February, so I'm really thinking I shouldn't overwhelm myself until I get back. So I think I'm going to wait until like the end of April or beginning of May and start another TikTok account. My following is there, but with TikTok, it's like, I don't know, your channel just like slacks for a while. I feel like if I start a new channel with new life, it might just do like just a better job than what my channel is doing right now. I say that, but I know it's so up and down. Set my whole entire face with the Tarte Pro Princess. They discontinued this, and I am so sad about it. This was the best shade in the entire world, and I can find it literally nowhere else, but this was fantastic. I'm going to set my whole face with this shade, though, right here. Happy 2021, everyone. I hope everyone's 2021 is off to an okay start. I know things are still, like, going crazy all the time, but in my own little world, I try to just make sure things are positive, and I hope that you guys are also doing the same. I've been really keeping up with the goals that I've set for myself for this new year pretty well so far. And I think it has to do with just like the outlook. I'm going into 2021 with just like a mindset that I don't think I've ever had before. And I'm just like really, I'm on it with myself right now. I genuinely feel as though this whole new year, new me, and then it like goes away. I genuinely feel like I'm not going to quit this time. Like this is going to be these things that I've implemented in this new year are going to be things that I carry with me throughout the entirety of the whole year. And I say that with certainty. At the end of the day, guys, your mindset is literally everything. If you can get there, you can get there wherever else you need to. For bronzer, I'm going with the Tarte Hotel Heiress. I usually do all my makeup, like get ready with me's over on my TikTok. Every single day, you can catch me getting ready on TikTok. Today, I just did my hair on there and I told everyone, come on over to my YouTube if you want to see the get ready today. So I'm kind of trying to cross platforms, do more makeup on TikTok and do more makeup over here. I've started to get on the PR list. I'm starting to get on the PR list for a couple different makeup brands, which is so exciting. I'm just going into this new year with like a new set of standards for myself. And I'm going to share whatever I want, whenever I want, because why wouldn't I? And my best advice to you, if you guys have been on my page for a minute, you know I sat here a couple years ago and started this page and I really never thought I would get literally anywhere with anything. My best advice to you would be to start now and just keep going. I'm going to contour with this shade Angle from the Tarte Pro Princess palette and my little Morphe brush. So I've got a lot of goals for this channel, particularly for the new year. I've really been trying to push it. The issue is when I first started this page, I really didn't take it seriously. And now I have enough of a following here that I don't want to start new. So I'm just going to keep trucking. I did get copyright striked a couple times on here because I uploaded like vlogs of like vacations that I had been on and stuff. And I used music that I knew would get me copyrighted, but like I just didn't care because I never really thought this was going to go anywhere at that point. But I'm just going to keep trucking on and we'll see where it takes me. I'm just trying to focus on like, instead of just like wandering around, just throwing things out of nowhere and trying to get things to work into something, just kind of fall into a place. I'm trying to instead like actually plan and then implement said plan to make goals reality. And a big part of that, I think what helped with my mindset was just decluttering literally every aspect of my life, people, places, things, the whole night. I'm a hoarder of sentimental stuff, but material things, I'm genuinely trying to just send them out the door. I mean, I have like 2 pairs of jeans, 2 pairs of leggings. Like, I'm not having material stuff. Makeup is another thing. Okay. And I think I'm going to have a focus on content like that this year. Rebuilding, reorganizing, decluttering, minimalizing, simplistic living. I really want to showcase that because I can't tell you how much good it's done for my life since I started to live that way. I'm going to take this Luxie Large Eye blending brush and then contour the nose. So yeah, social media has become a job to me, and I don't say that lightly. It actually is a job at this point, which is like so weird, and I'm still getting used to. I'm obviously not across all platforms, but I do have at least one platform where social media is a job for me right now. And I'm still trying to figure out how to work around that healthily. For me, that's looked like turning my notifications off for YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, even my text messages. It's just created a really healthy space where I'm looking only when I want to look. It's not drawing my attention unless I grant it permission to. Because I'll catch myself like scrolling the feed like mindlessly. I say mindlessly, but like also I draw a lot of inspiration from scrolling the feed of TikTok specifically. And it inspires me to, you know, create. Really, the gears are turning and I'm planning and I'm doing things, but from the outside, it totally looks like I'm just staring at my phone. It looks really bad. I'm gonna admit it. I have gotten a lot better this year, though, in the year 2020, at being present in moments that like actually matter, not feeling the need to record every single thing. I know I'm totally past the point where I look at social media and compare myself. I just don't have those feelings anymore. I know like a lot of people consume social media that way, but I'm just really detached from that way of thinking, I'm proud to say. I get it though, especially right now when we're all staying home. It is kind of like a relief to have a place where you can look and see what other people are doing and connect with other people and see how other people are spending time to make maybe spending time at home yourself a little bit easier. I'm going to take a Luxie large shader brush, but a different model, and I'm going to go back into that first shade that I used and just brighten the nose up from where I contoured. So yeah, my number one thing too that I've come to learn is when to take a break and that it is okay to take a break. If I'm just not feeling like I'm getting good vibes by being logged in on any form of social media at any point during my day, I'll just set it aside for the day. There's no pressure to have it. And I think recognizing when it's doing good and when it's not is a huge part of using it healthily. When you're allowing yourself to have an unhealthy relationship with social media, you're staying like in your own way. You got to move out of your own way sometimes. Like, okay, this is wrong. You need to recognize it and you need to move out of your own way so you can keep on trucking. A big thing too for me this last year was weird, but it was a total year of like growth internally and externally for me. I made a lot of changes to my life. I left comfort zones. I pushed my limits, and I think that had a huge breakthrough up here for me inadvertently without even trying, which is when the best breakthroughs happen, in my opinion. Nothing that I've ever pushed has been super successful as a learning opportunity for me. It's what I learned just stumbling along the way. And I've found fun hobbies for myself in the time that I would usually be spending watching YouTube or scrolling Facebook. I don't even have Snapchat anymore. I'm reading. I've started taking my hand at cooking. I'm literally trying to read a book every single week of 2021, maybe even two. I've been cooking in the kitchen a lot more, and it's fun instead of daunting. I don't feel like I want to be doing something else. I actually enjoy doing it. And I've just been focusing a lot on self-care, just taking good care of my skin and my hair and my mind, just from head to bottom, inside, outside, just really good self-care moments for myself. Started with really small changes, and now I'm like seeing myself change in big ways, but it started small and it rippled outward. And that's all it takes. Just one small change usually will trigger the want in your brain to do better in so many other aspects of your life. And guys, if anything that I'm saying to you is like hitting a chord, or you just want to talk about it, or you have any recommendations on things that you've been doing, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll always respond and interact in the comment section. I try to do that across all my social media platforms because I want everyone to know that like I appreciate their support and their commenting and whatever else. It's kind of tricky because especially on a platform where you have a big following, for me that's TikTok, in order to read through and find the nice comments, you have to read the hate comments, and that's a whole new cup of tea, which we can go over in a whole nother video. I don't have a highlighter from Tarte either. I used to. I literally just can't find it, and I just don't feel like looking around my makeup room for it. So I'm going to go in with the Josie Maran highlighter. Like beautiful, very simple, very sheen. I quit oversharing. I used to like write these big long things about my life and like how great it was and whatever else, and it's like just such a sense of like wrongful validation that you seek from like people liking that you're doing good or whatever else. I made so many big moves this year. I didn't even talk about TikTok till I hit 100,000, and then I didn't talk about it again until I hit 1 million. I switched jobs. I traveled the country for work. And I just didn't talk about any of it. There's been big things, but I'm just not sharing it anymore. It's like more personal and makes you celebrate yourself instead of expecting that validation from other people. And it's a change that I am happy that I made. I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay blush. This is in the shade Quirky. I just love the color of this. It's just like a nice little pop of color. Kind of drag it up here. I've been doing that lately where I'm popping it on the apples, but then I'm like dragging it so it's like highlight, blush, contour, like 3 diagonal lines right there in your face. I just think Tarte does such a good job in base makeup. This was the other product from Tarte that I don't have is a brow pencil, so I'm going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow. Other thing in 2020 that I implemented totally throughout the year is I have a morning routine now. I have a morning routine that I religiously did every single day of 2020, and I've just found one that works so well for me and really starts my day on a super like positive, productive, yet reflective way. I think I'm going to share that on TikTok eventually. And just little habits, like I walk my dog every single day. We walk our dog a mile at least once a day. Get outside and just like do something, you know, like just get my body moving. And it's something Jordan and I can do together. I will say I do check my stats for like social media in the morning, like after I get my coffee and like clean a little bit. And I really want to start to break away from that. It's really not healthy. I thought everybody did it, and I'm sure most people do. I was reading a blog where someone doesn't check their stats until like every 3 days. I just feel like that might be for the best, but it's going to be a hard habit for me to break, honestly. And that's how changes happen. I'm taking accountability. I'm recognizing that I could probably do better there. It would probably be better for me. Recognizing that it's hard, but also that I'm willing to implement it eventually. You gotta be able to check yourself. And another thing is that I get my body moving every day. Even if I just stretch for like 5 minutes, I still genuinely try to like get up and move my body around for at least 5 minutes every single day. And that's really not like, oh, I want to be like so fit or whatever else. It's truly because it makes a difference up here. I totally notice the difference on days that I get up and work out and move around, and days that I'm just like a slug on the couch. Which when we're in quarantine, it could be really easy to fall into that habit of like staying up late and not exercising because nobody's telling you you have to and whatever else. But we got to hold ourselves accountable. Another change that I want to make is I want to start journaling. I used to keep a journal, like a diary, a real life diary, from like 4th grade to like probably 9th grade, somewhere around there. And I've always wanted to do it because I look back on so many moments in my life and I'm like, man, I wish I wrote that down. Like, I just wish I had it all written down. So that's a goal that I have for myself this year. At the end of the day, it's structure. Structure is good for you. Structure, there's a reason why our parents raise us to like have these structured days. It is good for you. And I totally genuinely believe that. I get business emails every day from my TikTok, like collaborations and whatever else. And I used to just kind of reply to them as soon as I got them, but I was finding that I wasn't giving people the best answers that I could. I wasn't making myself sound professional, whatever else. So now I've structured it to when I'm having my coffee in bed, the first thing that I do is I respond to all my business emails from the day before. And I'm structuring my conversation, and it's a routine-based thing, and I feel good doing it. And it's just figuring out where, what, how it fits best in your day, etc. When you are constantly being productive and doing things, then when you have time to spend with others, you're not worried about what you didn't do because you've been doing so much that you're like, all right, I deserve a break. I'm going to be unstressed. I'm going to relax. I'm going to enjoy what's going on around me. And I still have a lot of work to do on that. Relaxing is not something I'm good at. I have to actively try to put more of that into my brain. Like, it's okay, Casey, take a break. I'm working on it. I quickly primed my eyes off camera with the Essence I Love Stage Primer. You can get it at Walmart, Target. I think definitely Target. I think it's like $3 and I love it. I'm going to go in with the Tarteist Pro Palette. I love Tarte's eyeshadows. I love Tarte's everything. I need to get into the makeup too because I'm just chatting, and we got to get moving here. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, Indie. And I'm just going to put that on my outer crease. Just kind of start blending it in. It is like a soft brown. So it's really not giving much of a difference in color, but it will help with blending. I want this look to be really soft anyways. And then I'm also going to just swipe it underneath. Then I'm going to dip into the shade Chick. It's just like a little pink. I'm going to use that same brush and I'm just going to kind of halo that around. The outside, just again, like not too much color going on. I'm just keeping it really soft. A little bit of edgy down here and innocent up here. Just like 2 warm brown shades. And I'm just going to put that in the outer corner. Just like add a little bit more depth than what we're working with right now. Yeah, I like that. Super soft. I'm going to take that Josie Maran highlighter. I'm just going to highlight my brow bone in my inner corners. Just keeping it very simple. I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush. This end is from, I did the Meredith Duxbury makeup. Made a mess. Like a little pop. Something really tiny. This is not Tarte either, but this is a Pixie eye pencil in the shade brown. It's like a bronzy color. I got this product in a box and I was like, I'm never going to use that. You can get it at Target though. I love Pixie. Their setting mist is like my favorite. I've gone through literally 3 bottles of it. I'm just going to smudge this like right along the... My eyes are like wrinkly. Why? I'm just going to take this little brush from Lavish. It's an eyebrow brush and I'm just going to smudge out that liner. Surprise! This isn't Tarte either. This is the Kate London Eye Luster. If you have never used this product, I'm going to show you it, but it is insane. Like, iridescent. Are you kidding me? So shimmery. For mascara, I'm going to go in with the Tarteist mascara. I think that's literally all that it's called. This is the best mascara Tarte makes. I literally have like 7 Tarte mascaras in my collection right now. I'm obsessed with Tarte mascara. They just do such a good job. But this is my absolute favorite. I just kind of do like a messy layer where I just don't even really pay attention. I just like flick it on there. And then once it gets like dried and crusty, I'll run through again and just make sure they're standing up exactly where I want them to be. I'm just going to use this NYX retractable lip liner. I'm going to use 2 lipsticks today. So I'm just kind of using that to outline. So the first one is in the shade Beach Babe, which is like a very like light nude. And then this one is called Salt Life and it's a little bit darker. So I'm going to go in with the Beach Babe one. Whoa, whoa. I just love a pale lip. There's just something about it I really like. I don't know why. And then on the edges, I'm going to go in with this. I'm almost out of it. It was just this trial size. I love it. I love it. I love it. So here's the final look up close. I love the eyes. I love the lips. I love the base. I love it all. I love it all. I love Tarte Cosmetics. My day is pretty much almost over, so most likely I'll be washing this off before I literally even do anything. I might film a TikTok. I really don't even know yet. I should. I've got a lot of work to do. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Comment anything that you want to see on this page. It's kind of a little bit of everything. So if you have any direction or what you'd like to see, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to start linking my favorite beauty products in my Amazon storefront, and I'll hopefully have that linked in the bio. If not, it's in my bio on TikTok and on Instagram. I think that's it. See ya.